Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I want to welcome you to another Cape Conversations. I am out with the wildlife. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm at Mass Audubon Long Pasture. Bet you don't know where it is, and if you do, you're a very smart person. So come along. Let's have another Cape Conversation. Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Gallant, and I want to welcome you to another Cape Conversations. I am in a gorgeous spot with a very handsome man. You know me and my handsome men. And I want to welcome Ian Ives, the Executive Director of Mass Audubon Long Pasture. Is that correct?
You got it. That's right.
Oh my God, I actually got all those words out.
Thanks for
Glad you're
having me,
here.
Melinda.
So
This
tell
is
me,
great.
I know you don't. You just kind of hang out in the woods. What do
Yeah,
you
right.
do?
We just hang out. This is one of 21 staff sanctuaries that Mass Audubon oversees across Massachusetts.
Wow.
So Mass Audubon is a big environmental organization. We're actually the largest nonprofit environmental organization in the state. We protect 40,000 acres of land across the
Fabulous.
state, and many of these protected lands have staffed sanctuaries like Long Pasture, where we invite people to come take part in our work, engage in programs, become members, and just help support the work we do to protect the nature of Massachusetts. So it's a wonderful place. And here at Long Pasture, it's still a best kept secret. We're tucked away in the historic district.
Well, you know how I found it? I did a wedding down at the end of the road where your beach is
Yeah,
down
yeah.
there. And the couple, and I said, what bone? I had no clue.
yeah.
And it was earlier, so not everything was grown up. So it wasn't quite as hard to find.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down. I went, what? What? I didn't even know it was here. And you can see the lighthouse, which you can see behind us now. It
It's
is.
an
It
amazing
is.
location.
It's amazing.
It is.
And they had said to me it was their secret place where they had gotten
Yep.
engaged and they were eloping and their second marriage, older couple. And they said they just love this place. They treasure it. And I never even knew it was here.
Yeah, it has a lot to offer. We have the beach, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
We have a lot of beautiful upland habitats. We have ponds. We have open fields. We've got forests. Just about every habitat you could look for on Cape Cod can be found at Long Pasture. And then we have a bunch of sister sanctuaries that we manage across the Mid and Upper Cape, including Ashumet Holly.
Which I'm
Which
very
is
familiar
Very
with.
beautiful. That's been around for a long time.
I worked a long time in Mashpee. And
Okay.
we used to go over there for walks.
Did you?
And
Yeah,
things.
right next to the Barnstable County Fairgrounds. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful treasure. It has a
Yeah.
coastal plain pond and
Yeah.
has beautiful open meadows. And then we have a place called Barnstable Great Marsh, which is just a mile or so down on Route 6A from here, which is looking out over the Barnstable Great Marsh, what you see
Right.
behind you.
Yeah.
We have a place called Skunk Neck River Wildlife Sanctuary, which is tucked away on Bumps River Road
I'm
in the
familiar with that
Osterville,
one.
Centerville area. And then our sister sanctuary, Wellfleet Bay Sanctuary, many people have heard about.
Right.
It's been around for a long time.
Right.
It's one of our beacon sanctuaries out on the Outer Cape.
Wow.
So there's a lot to offer folks, and we try to engage people year-round with
Right.
activities.
So exactly what happens in this particular spot? Because we're sitting here
Yeah.
and it's gorgeous, and
Yeah.
you drive in and you park your car and then you begin to walk slowly through. It is stunning.
It is
Absolutely stunning.
it's a destination, and
Yeah.
for many people, they've never seen, that vista looking
Right.
out across Barnstable Harbor and Sandy Neck Barrier Beach. So we try to invite our guests to take advantage of our programs, which we do regularly, things
So
like kayak trips.
Okay, that's why I was wondering what kind of
So we do
programs?
programs for all ages.
Uh-huh.
We do adult programming, which might be series of nature programs or bird walks, kayak trips, get people out onto the most scenic places on the Cape.
Right.
We do a lot of school programming in the winter months.
Really?
In the winter months, we sort of shift from the busy tourist,
Yeah.
outdoor time where we're
Right.
doing outdoor programs. for
Visitors.
fun. Visitors. Yeah.
Visitors.
To
We
the
call them
local
visitors
residents.
now.
And the local residents is what we do in the winter.
Yeah.
So we work with our year-round audience, but we also work with students. And we actually have a nature preschool here at Long Pasture, which formed
Really?
5 years ago,
Wow.
ages 3 to 5. It's a small complimentary program They like it that way.
Yeah.
We have a little clearing in the woods where the children spend their time. And the idea is that it's truly a nature preschool. They're outdoors the vast majority of the time. The things that we would have all loved to do when we were 3.5,
Right.
they get to do.
They get to do.
Yeah, and so that's a wonderful
Well,
program.
kids used to do that.
That's true. Now we're trying to reconnect them.
Yes.
So we're working with all constituents. We're trying to make this place more accessible and welcoming for everybody.
Yeah.
And a brand new feature that we just opened last July is right behind us. It's called the All Persons Trail. And the All Persons Trail is a fully accessible trail that meanders through our field here, over by the overlook, around our little night heron pond, and through a pollinator garden. And it's ADA accessible. It has interpretation along the way.
Nice.
It has guided rope for the
blind.
blind. Yeah, it's got a lot of different accessibility features. So we're really trying to increase access. And across the state, we're doing the same thing. We're going to try to have 25 of these all-persons trails at our sanctuaries by 2026.
Sure.
That's our goal. 25 all-persons trails by 2026. That's kind of fun.
There are so many groups on Cape Cod. There's a new group on Cape Cod, women over 50, right? And they're always looking for something to do.
Yeah.
This would be perfect. Now, could they bring coffee in the morning and come and
bring in, bring out.
Yeah.
But we welcome everybody. You know, we've got lots of groups, whether they're artist groups, community groups, social service groups.
So somebody wanted to come and paint, they have to be a member.
They become a member, or they pay their daily rate, or they become a community member where they pay, the organization pays for all of their members to come for free.
Right, right.
There's lots of different options. And we're trying to do more in the way of just outside the box activities. So new engagement programs that might not be traditional Mass Audubon programs. So maybe a movie night, or, you know, maybe beers and brews. Something that's a little unique. We have a brand new pavilion, outdoor pavilion, so we can do fun outdoor activities in the summer.
You can do wedding receptions.
We don't
not
do
receptions, but you can do weddings.
Small ceremonies.
Small ceremonies.
Yes, ceremonies.
Well, would this be not a gorgeous spot right here?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it was the one I did with just the two people down on the beach. It was great.
Yeah.
But if you had, like, could they come with like 4 or 5 people? You know, parents and that
simple ceremony. We do ceremonies for all sorts of different occasions.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
We just try to take advantage of the new Discovery Center, which was built 2 years ago. This is fully accessible, green building. We try to take advantage of this new pavilion, and then this campus, it's all accessible. So we're looking to do new creative ideas to bring in more folks.
Now, have you ever done like the realtors here or the Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah, we've had community groups.
You like that? I mean, business.
Business meetings.
Yeah.
Reunion meetings.
Nice.
Any municipality, nonprofit, or corporate business that wants to have a retreat here, we've got a space for it.
That's wonderful. Yeah. That's absolutely wonderful.
So great way to connect.
And you do camps for kids besides the litter kids.
Pasture does not have a summer camp at this site, but our Wellfleet Bay Sanctuary does. That's our other sister sanctuary. Okay. And they've had a long-standing day camp that they've been running for years.
And how long have you been here?
I've been here since 2006.
Wow.
Well, the founding sanctuary director. And
I was going to
got to see it grow up and work with everybody to make it what it is today.
I guess. How wonderful.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, well, I would think. I mean, it came out of the ground then, literally.
Yeah. So it was given by the fellow who lived in the home behind us.
Yeah.
His name was Sherman Parker.
Yeah.
And he bequeathed 100 acres to Mass Audubon and $1 million endowment.
Wow.
And that's what set the table for our trajectory. And we just started by connecting it. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. There's very, very few people that have the desire to, and the capacity to set up a legacy like that.
Right.
And he was able to do so and give us the foundation for what we have. So it is wonderful.
Now, does his family come and?
Yeah, they come. Yeah, they come and just awe at how the place has transformed over the years.
That's great.
That's the buzz that it's created. It's great.
Okay, so behind us is this odd-looking white pole.
Right.
And
the UFO on the lawn.
Yes.
Right.
I thought it was cameras so you could catch people doing very bad. But what is it really?
It's a purple martin colony.
Wow.
So purple martins are a type of a swallow.
Right.
And they live in cavity nests.
Right. And they live together.
They live together in a colony. Yeah. And increasingly there aren't many of these cavity nests available for them. Hollow trees, banks, things like that aren't that common anymore.
Yeah.
So you can create an artificial colony using these plastic PVC gourds, and you build it and they will come. They came within a year of building it. We've fledged as many as 97 chicks on certain
Oh my
years.
gosh.
Yeah, and so the great thing about them is they are out, they're insectivores, so they're out taking care of the insect pests.
Getting rid of those mosquitoes.
Yeah, and they're very bubbly, and they're here all summer long. So when
Yeah.
people come, they get to see wildlife right in front of them.
Oh, that's
Again, it's
wonderful.
really accessible.
Kids must love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do love it.
And you don't tell them it's a Star Wars
Right,
thing.
we do until they get close to it. And I figure out what it is.
Perfect.
And then we have the tidal flats, which is a wonderful draw
Yeah.
for families too.
Sure.
So
How far out does the tide go? It was the day I came
yeah,
with them. There was a little bit of it. It was kind of maybe median tide, I'm going to say, you know.
it drops about 100 feet or so beyond the beach.
Oh, wow.
So it's a 9-foot tide flux out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It really
It
a big
goes up,
difference.
yeah.
So when it's low tide, you can walk well over 100 feet out onto the tidal flats
Wow.
on firm, sandy
Nice.
substrate. It's not muddy.
Yeah.
And it's great for looking for, shells, horseshoe crabs.
Oh, yeah.
There's all sorts of shorebirds that you can see out there.
Great.
And it's a safe place for families. So
Oh,
we
nice.
welcome people to the Long Pasture Beach.
When I went down there, I met them.
Yeah.
And of course, I have on my JP gown,
Yeah,
so
yep.
I look official.
Uh-huh.
So they know who I am. And I walk out there and I see the lighthouse and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what lighthouse is this? And they went Sandy Neck, and I said,
Sandy Neck Lighthouse.
no way, it can't be, but it was.
It's iconic. You see it in brochures, and
I know. I've never taken. I mean, I've been out on Sandy Neck, but I've never been with anybody who went all the way down, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody with a boat who would, take a boat out.
It's
from
relatively
Barnstable Harbor.
inaccessible. There's no road
Yeah.
to the lighthouse. It's a
No.
privately owned lighthouse, so
Yeah.
the only way to get to it is by boat or by a off-road permit.
Yeah.
Or if you own property out at the tip. You have
Yeah.
access. So
Yeah.
our kayak trips, we explore into Barnstable Great Marsh, through the harbor. We follow up the creeks,
Oh,
looking at
nice.
bird life, great blue herons. We get to see diamondback terrapins that are in the water, all sorts of unique,
that's wonderful.
special creatures of Cape Cod.
That's wonderful.
Really fun.
So you have the main building.
Yeah.
You have the new pavilion,
Mhm.
which is available
Yeah.
for small weddings or for something.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You know,
Facility
family-
rental space
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for families,
Nice,
parties. Yep.
And then you have the Discovery Center,
Right.
which is here.
Yeah.
And what else is? And you have what? A zillion trails.
And then a lot of trails, and like I mentioned, the All Persons Trail. We have a playground as well.
Yeah.
We have a food forest exhibit, which is a really neat native garden, an interpretive garden that you can walk through and pick
Right.
fruit, native fruits.
Yeah.
Everything in there has to be native and edible. That's the
Right.
criteria. Yeah.
Especially if you got kids going
Yeah,
through, you want to
yeah,
make sure
yeah.
it's edible.
So you can see a pawpaw tree, which most
Wow.
people have never seen or heard of, or
Right.
persimmon trees and so on. So that's another nice feature. We have a beehive there in that orchard as well.
Oh, nice.
And we have a large open field with butterflies called the Butterfly Mosaic, and that's a trail that takes you through. It's just an interpretive trail through the fields. You get to explore native vegetation, pollinators, and butterflies throughout the season.
So, I live in Sandwich, right? So I'm enthralled with this. So how do I become a member?
So it's easy to go online to Mass Audubon and become a member. That's $50 for an adult, but we have summertime discounts, $37, and a membership gives you admissions to all of the sanctuaries across the state,
Nice.
not just Long Pasture. So great deal.
Yeah.
And you get a member magazine, and you get discounts to our
And do you have
Audubon
family
store.
memberships as well?
And then family memberships, there's corporate memberships all across the gauntlet. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's
It's
wonderful.
well worth it.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like it's well worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you look like you have fun.
Yeah, we all do.
Do you?
It's a great community. that
How many
works here.
people work here?
So we have staff that are shared between Wellfleet Bay
Mhm.
Wildlife Sanctuary and Long Pasture.
Mhm.
So all told, maybe 30 or so folks are coming and going back and forth.
Wow.
And we have a core group of operations and property staff that are working here at Long Pasture, including myself.
How about if I wanted to volunteer here?
Yeah, we have volunteer opportunities, especially in the summer months.
Yeah.
You can volunteer as a community scientist and help survey horseshoe crabs, for example. You can man a butterfly garden plot. You can help with
Which means you do what?
means that you're gardening and you're stewarding the open fields for pollinator butterflies. You
Nice.
sort of adopt a garden. You can work in our property management team, helping out with maintaining all of the trails and the facilities that we have. That's a great group.
I was
A
going
lot
to
of
say,
camaraderie there.
because I bet you if you didn't maintain the trails, within a year they'd be
But
grown up.
absolutely here at Long Pasture, they would fill in.
Yeah.
Because
Well, no, I know that at my house,
Yeah,
which is a weird thing.
yeah.
I mean, grapevine is everywhere.
Yeah.
It just
It's definitely a
makes
management
something.
intensive
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, it
Sure.
would be. It
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
for
So
sure.
we rely on volunteers hugely to support the work we do.
Mhm.
Mass Audubon has more volunteers than any other organization in the state, nonprofit or otherwise. We just rely on them for advocacy work that we do. We have a lot of advocacy campaigns across the state. We rely on them for our ecological management, property
Mhm.
stewardship, and then our community science. So all the different work we do to protect the nature of Massachusetts. And
It's
there's a lot of work.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Are there other Audubon groups across the country, or is Mass
Sure.
the biggest one and the most
Well,
well
National
known?
Audubon is the biggest and most well
Right.
known, and they have chapters all across the
I
country,
see.
but not here in Massachusetts. So in
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, it's just Mass Audubon, so it's easy.
Of course it
It's
is.
easy, yeah.
We don't share.
No. Well, Mass Audubon was the first Audubon. It was
Is
back
that
in
right?
1896. It
Is
was
that right?
established by two Boston Brahmins
Yeah, of
who
course.
were looking to protect
Mhm.
birds
Yeah.
in the millinery trade, back when women would wear
Perhaps
all sorts of ornamental
Right.
hats with feathers.
that they tried
It
not
was
to
so it was
go
really
away.
an advocacy
Yeah.
group to start, and then it blossomed into the land protection and conservation and advocacy
Sure.
work that we do
Sure.
today. So yeah, Mass Audubon is the only Audubon in Massachusetts. Yeah.
So do you work with, like, Barnstable Land Trust and other
Yes, lots of
organizations?
partners. Yep.
That's what I wondered.
Increasingly, we're doing big projects that involve lots of organizations and partners. So, for example, we're doing a salt marsh restoration project now to
Uh-huh.
try to build resiliency in our salt marsh
Right.
in light of sea level rise, and
Right.
we have a lot of people helping with
People
that.
have no clue what's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, we're seeing it in Barnstable Harbor. We're seeing
Well, you see it everywhere.
yeah,
You see it everywhere,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
In Sandwich, we have a problem which nobody wants to address
Mhm.
because it's a very difficult problem. In our salt marsh is Phragmites,
Yeah.
and they're filling in. And I live on the marsh in the village,
Mhm.
a place called Town Neck,
Yeah.
which has now become quite popular
Oh, yeah.
for beer.
Uh-huh.
And
know it.
everybody knows the treehouse.
Yeah.
I'll give them a plug. Maybe they'll give me a beer. And what's interesting though is nobody wants to talk about it
Yeah.
because they're so hard to get rid of. You either dig them up or burn them, and we can't burn down the marsh, and
Right.
there's too many houses. Now we have all those expensive houses where I live, not mine, but everybody else's
Yeah.
is. It is just, I wonder what's going to happen because if
Mhm.
they don't address it,
Mhm.
if that marsh fills in, where does the water go?
Yeah. Invasive plants are definitely a problem. They're definitely a
Yeah.
problem. And if you don't nip them in the bud before they establish,
Well,
right,
there you
it's too
go.
late.
Yeah.
So you really got to kind of stay on
Yeah.
it, which is
Yeah.
what we try to do here.
Yeah.
Selectively pick newly
Areas.
colonizing
Yeah.
stands and get those
Sure.
and before they reach the state that you're
Sure.
referring to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder though, would a town like Sandwich ask Audubon, how do we do this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We consult with towns on all
All
sorts of ecological
okay.
management.
That's
Yeah.
what I was wondering.
So the salt marsh restoration work we're doing is a multi-partner operation with many other towns.
Uh-huh.
MVP money is available for a lot of towns to identify critical threats to their
And
environment.
please explain what that
That's
is.
the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness Program. It's a state
Ah,
fund.
So it's for rising tides.
It's for climate change,
Yeah.
resiliency, and adaptation.
Wow.
The money's available through the state, and they'll often work with nonprofits,
Mhm.
scientists
Right.
to identify what the biggest problems are
Right.
that need to be addressed. And
Right.
so these are the things that require all the partnerships. So
Right.
salt marsh restoration is a lesser known aspect, but we're looking to let nature help nature solve itself
Sure.
and
Sure.
protect itself. So there's ways that we can help build resiliency to the salt marsh so that it can serve as that buffer, that sponge,
Right.
protect our
That-
uplands,
that's
as you
what
were
I-
referring to.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
what I mean, that's what I worry about. You talk about Sandwich is sits
Mhm.
on the tidal marsh.
Yeah.
And it was great back in the old days.
Yeah.
They were bringing in the boats with the sand because they couldn't use the sand here. They brought in sand from other places for the glass,
Yep.
factory
Glassworks,
in the
correct.
in the 1800s and all of that. It was, the water flowed and, it's great to have the creek that ran through town, it's
And they farm. Well, I didn't realize that the salt marshes were farmed.
Oh, yeah, yeah, in fact, my house where I am, Town Neck is, of course, the dirt from the canal, and, they didn't know about, retention of soil, so a lot of the soil in my yard is all topsoil.
Mm.
So, I mean, literally, you can throw a seed in and it'll grow.
Yeah, similar here. Very
Yeah.
loamy, rich,
Yeah,
army
yeah,
soil here.
not clay at all.
Yeah,
And on the
yeah.
top of the hill, it's a lot
Yeah.
of clay.
Mhm.
But they there's a stone wall,
Mhm.
and 40 some years ago, when we moved in the house,
Mm.
it says that the stone in our deed, it says the stone wall was to allow the cattle to keep the
Mm.
cattle in. And there's a gate my neighbor has where they went through, and they'd have it because they retain water.
Yeah.
And they'd produce more milk.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
so
why
had
they
a
did
cow
that.
path down to the
They had
marsh.
yes, so that
Yeah.
they could
Yeah.
they would eat the
salt marsh hay.
salt marsh hay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Which
it's
I
amazing.
thought was interesting. And a gentleman we met who's long passed, a wonderful man named Bill Donovan. He lived in the old schoolhouse, and he became quite friendly with us when we first moved here. And he was telling us, but he, as a little boy, right, because he was born in the early 1900s, used to take be one of the kids that would take the cows
Down to the salt marsh.
down to the salt marsh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is. Because now you look at it and it's $1 million houses.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But the people with the $1 million houses don't know the real history there, which is too bad.
This farming history on the marsh was totally unknown to me, and I think it was unknown to a lot of conservation ecologists.
Right.
That they literally would raise produce
on
the salt marsh. They would square off sections of it to raise the elevation so that it wouldn't get flooded by the seawater, and they would grow vegetables like beets, corn. It wasn't just the salt marsh that they were harvesting.
Right. I didn't know that part.
No, I didn't either. And I think a lot of us that are now working in the salt marsh are realizing this, and that explains a lot of why the marsh is collapsing.
I see.
It's because of the damage done by the farmers.
Right, not realizing.
The marsh has been damaged, and so it's dropping in elevation, and it's dying off.
Yeah.
As the sea level rises, it's causing even more problems.
Right, of course.
And so we're trying to build ways into the marsh, nature-based ways that can bring that elevation back up again and build strength to the salt marsh.
And can that happen?
It can happen. Wow. And there's techniques that have been executed that have been proven successful, but it takes expertise and a lot of planning. So that's what we're doing right now, trying to help save the marsh.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable. So what do you got coming up real quick here? What's coming up
Next
soon?
big event is this Friday.
Okay.
We have the 35th anniversary of the Americans with Disability Act.
Right.
Fair at Long Pasture.
Yeah,
and we'll have 12 community partners that will be here on the lawn behind us.
Nice.
This amazing view, showcasing their wares, talking about the work they do. They'll have accessibility equipment, wheelchairs. Spalding will be here helping to highlight all the different resources they have in terms of accessibility equipment, devices, rehabilitation devices. We'll have canine companions. We'll have a whole host, too many to name, but it's free. It starts at 10 o'clock and it runs till 2 o'clock. And we'll take guided walks along the new All-Persons Trail for folks to see and explore nature while we're here.
Well, I'm not disabled, thank you, Lord, but I do have 2 bionic knees.
Okay.
So
a nice level, wide trail is really helpful.
Are really helpful.
Yeah.
And right now I'm still using my little handicap I have until December 24th.
Okay.
My doctor, my surgeon, was very kind to give it to me through December 24th.
Good.
He teased me. He says, "That's it, Melinda. After that," he goes,
okay.
"Don't fall down."
Whatever you do, don't fall
down.
So the idea, that'll be a fun event.
Oh,
and then one other fun event is a family event in September. It's the 13th of September. It's our 15th annual Wildlife Festival, the Cape Wildlife Festival. And that's where all the nonprofit environmental groups on the Cape gather again on the lawn. And we have live music, and we have food trucks, and we celebrate the environmental work we're doing. And
that's great.
Be fun.
That's
September
great.
13.
So now, do you do anything with the Cape Cod Natural History Museum?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they were members of the Cape Cod Collaborative, and were part of the Wildlife Festival for some years.
Wonderful.
And we partner with them on a lot of the programming work that's...
Well, they own Thornton Burgess.
They own Thornton Burgess now.
Yeah. So, well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's terrific. So here you are, Executive Director. What's your most fun thing to do in a day?
Oh, it's definitely being out on the salt marsh, being out on the tidal flats, or on the beach at Long Pasture. Yeah, just connecting people to the work we do. Out in nature, giving them an experience that they're not used to, something unique.
Okay, I want to be a member. How do I do it? Do I go
onto the Mass Audubon website and look under our membership, You can also
Okay.
come to the Discovery Center at Long Pasture and meet Haley and
Well,
sign up right here in person. Either way.
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Really easy.
Well, you have been a delight. It's been a delight to be here. I am so glad I found you
I'm
that
glad you
day.
found us too.
It was so funny because you came down in your little golf cart
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
you call it.
Yeah.
What do you call
Yeah.
it? The
Yeah.
golf
Yeah.
cart. Okay. I thought you might have a special name for it, like the Seagull Runner or
Right,
something.
right.
I don't
That's the
know.
name.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
have a contest for that.
Right.
Um, and I it was so funny because you came down and you introduced yourself, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, this is why haven't I done a story here?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you are our
You
best
found
kept.
us.
We found you.
Yeah. That's terrific.
Very excited about
I'm
that.
glad you found us.
Yeah, I am too.
Thanks for
So good.
the
Thank you.
time.
Thank you so much. It went fast.
It did go fast.
Yes, it did. So thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Wow. Ian Ives, sanctuary manager of this beautiful Audubon Society Long Pasture. It is gorgeous. Behind me is Sandy Neck Lighthouse. You almost feel like you can touch it. There are purple martins right here, millions of them. It's the most stunning, gorgeous place I've ever seen, and I'm so lucky to be here. I was so lucky to talk to Ian because he knows everything there is to know about this place. So I want you to drive down 6A into Barnstable Village and come visit this place. It's wonderful. You can get a membership online. It's easy peasy. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on another Cape Conversations.